Francisco, it's Channel 5's People Are Talking with Fraser and Ross McGowan.
What a nice reception.
Yeah, great group for a Monday afternoon.
Boy, we love this.
Were you all on vacation, too? I mean, it's kind of like energy.
Yeah.
We may have looked like we were here last week because we were doing some reruns,
right.
but it's been a long time. I mean, we've had weeks off before, but for both of us, I think this was a week of actually vacationing.
Well, we both had horrible colds right before we left.
Yeah,
I still am kind of struggling with mine, but it was much needed.
So you went to your summer home on the river?
Yes.
What do you got
pictures.
here?
I bought a new camera. One of the kind that you just click it on, it goes, whoo, whoo, woo. It zooms, it does everything but make coffee. I love it. Okay.
All right, this is the backyard. Look at the backyard of this place, folks. Look at that.
See how green? Okay, now wait, we're going to change pictures now. Wait, what's this? Wait, now what's that? Oh, that's the river. That's the river.
Yeah,
Can you see the
Russian River?
There
right
we go.
there.
Is that so pretty?
Yeah.
Ooh, out in all that green.
Whoa.
First rose.
Flower.
A flower. The first rose, and it has black tips. And and then one more, and then poppies.
Oh, those are pretty.
Oh, see? And a lot of people, I know, these are like art pictures.
Yeah.
But you know, when you get a new camera, you take dumb pictures like this. And then this is, everyone asks me about, did you ever get a dog from the SPCA on your show? And yes, and there she is.
Oh.
Mandy! Is she great? That's it, my pictures. Okay, now you went on.
So like when I come over to your house, do I have to see a whole stack of pictures or something? I do.
You do. Well, you actually, now I just want to tell a little story here. For the housewarming, besides that wonderful canoe, which we have to get out in, we christened this last week.
Did he good?
Yeah. He took some pictures with a camera, much like the one I just bought, and blew them up and framed them for the house, and they are really lovely pictures.
Well, I went on a cruise. How many of you have been on a cruise before? I went down to Mexico. I went on the Dawn Princess, which is one of the Princess cruises, and I'm really irritated because I looked all over for Captain Stubing. This guy, I'll tell you, this guy doesn't really ride these ships.
No?
Everything, yeah, no. But
did you have a nice captain, though?
It was nice. It was one of the old Sitmar ships. It was, I think it used to be called the Fair Wind, and now it's called the Dawn Princess.
Does that mean it was old and it was not good?
No, it was a very nice ship. If you like the older ships, it was built in '57 or something. I happen to like that better than all the glitzy stuff.
So this is all teak wood and brass.
She was asking about the captain, and I'm trying to tell you about the captain.
Okay.
Who was on this, like all the wood with all the brass and everything on the ship.
Gosh, it was like that.
He was Italian, the Italian crew, and they take good care of the women who ride those ships.
I bet. I love Italian men.
It's tough duty, but those Italians, they're going to...
they're great.
But we had a good time.
So did you bring some pictures?
Well, I just brought a couple of pictures. I only brought two, though.
See beauty shots.
This is just what we woke up to every morning. Look at that. Look at that sunrise.
See?
Yeah. And then...
Was that out your porthole?
No, that wasn't out my porthole. And then just across early morning, across the deck. And it's really a wonderful time. But we went to Cabo San Lucas, we went to Mazatlan, and then we went to Puerto Vallarta. And guess what I did in Puerto Vallarta? I know people in this audience have done it before. I parasailed.
Oh, wasn't it fun?
Have you done that?
I love it.
Huh?
Off the beach.
Yeah, you do.
Off the beach.
If you don't know what it is, they have like a big parachute. And it's a rope on a boat, and hooked to a boat. Makes it easier that way.
And it's hooked to you.
And it's, they put this harness on, they put the life vest on, and you go about 350 feet up in the air.
That's so wonderful.
The most discouraging part is when, before you do it, they have this, we are not responsible for anything. If anything happens, adios amigo.
So they can drive you into the side of a building and it doesn't make any difference.
Went out over the ships. And then, because the carnival ship was in there too. Cathy Lee is not on the carnival ship. I look for her.
You're a sick person.
So, but you go over there, and then you go over the hotel, and they have a whistle. What happened? Are we on the air? I assume we're on the air. Are we still on the air? Oh,
we have audio. So that means that you people who are watching at home are listening to us and watching color bars.
All right, let me show my pictures again.
Yeah, me too.
Those,
we're back again. Thank heaven. We just wanted to see if you were paying attention out there.
Oh, we're off again. Okay, let me show the pictures so these people
Okay.
just dialing in. All right.
See, he's not a very good photographer because they didn't come out this time. Just color bars. My heavens, what's happening to
You
us?
know, when I was on the radio, I used to do card tricks. I'd have people call up and I'd do card tricks and they'd draw cards and everything.
Yeah.
It worked every time. It was amazing how people
Maybe
were
we should
astounded.
get a deck of cards. And you know what's interesting? Our boss is in town. I love it.
So
Wow.
what they do here is while you're up in the air, when they decide they want you to come down, there's a fella on the beach who blows a whistle. Mm-hmm. And then he says, pull the strap toward your shoulder, and then when you hear the second whistle, let it go. And you float right over the hotel, and you go down, and they have a nice soft landing on the beach. It really is it's much easier than it looks. I mean, don't think, hey, whoa, is that guy brave?
We
No,
didn't.
Wrong. It's pretty.
We didn't think
It really is much easier.
It is
than
fun.
A lot of Northern Californians on the cruise. Everybody thinks you and I must be together all the time. Because everybody's, where is Ann? I left her in the stateroom, can't stand it.
Sorry.
Everybody was very nice, though, and thanks to Princess Cruises. It was a good time. All right, we got coming up, when are we doing this makeover?
In May.
In May.
It's a great deal.
If you've gone through a major change in your life, even if maybe you've gone through a divorce, or you're going to get a new job, or you've lost a job, or you're
Or the
broke up,
kids are out of the house for the first time, you know?
If you'd like a makeover, why don't you write us in 25 words or less about what the change is, what you've gone through, and why you'd like this makeover. And then we are going to do this wonderful hair, makeup, and clothing makeover for you from Dynamite New York beauty team.
Now, and
Does
let
that
me
mean
tell
we
you.
don't know who they are because we can't?
No, we know who they are, but there are just so many people we didn't want to. But a whole group is going to descend on you, and they're going to redo your makeup and your hair, give you a fabulous outfit, and you get to keep it.
Whoa.
Oh, see, it's sounding better, isn't it?
So send your entry and a non-returnable photo to Make Me Over, care of People Are Talking, KPIX, is it on the screen? Can you put it on the screen there again while I read it there? KPIX 855 Battery Street here in San Francisco, 94111. The entry postmark date is May 1st. So get it in the
got to
mail
get
right
it
away.
in.
So that
Great
should,
deal, though.
should be
Ooh,
fun.
yeah. Deborah, right out of here. On
Well,
a piece of paper, get the photo. You know, maybe he'll even take your picture with his
We
great
have,
camera.
you don't want her to take a picture. She put little bows in your ears and everything. Yeah, it's scary.
Make it silly.
We have probably one of our most asked for guests.
Yep.
When you're out on the street, people ask, is this lady for real?
And they say, when is she going to be on
When is
next?
she going to be on? Well, she's on this afternoon. She's going to tell us about what's going on with a lot of celebrities like Maury Povich and Connie Chung, Demi Moore, and Bruce, what's his
Willis?
name? Willis?
That's good.
And
Can remember
what's-
Kathy Lee and Captain Stupid, but he doesn't know Bruce Willis. I don't know.
there is a lot happening. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Hey, I've been on vacation. Give me a break.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. It's funny.
And then we told the story. Now, we won't tell the whole story right now, because we'll let her. She made a major decision for a friend of our producers who wondered if he should buy a co-op in New York City.
A very expensive one.
Like a $2 million job.
Right, and we're going to find out what she said to him and then whose it was.
He called Sylvia, and we'll tell you what her...
Yeah.
Would you please welcome our psychic, Sylvia Browne.
So fabulous, sitting right there, having dropped 70 pounds, looking so terrific. But we'll talk about that. Now, Miss Sylvia.
It's a family show, yes.
Cathy Chermol had a friend who wanted to buy a very expensive co-op
Yes.
in New York. Had been looking a long time. Kind of thought he and his lady friend had found the one they wanted, but he is a true believer in psychic predictions and psychic ability. He called his friend Cathy and said, Cathy, do you know any great psychics? She said, well, of course. And so she called you, and she got you in touch with this gentleman. Now, what did he ask you about the apartment? I mean,
He asked me that he was really willing to go ahead and buy this apartment, and he just loved it, and he was raving on, and I said no.
You suggested he not buy it.
Yeah, I said no. And
She's one of your favorites, not mine. But
I don't, people that know me, I really don't beat around the bush that much. I probably was a little bit nicer than that, truthfully, but I said it's a bad idea. It's negative. There's something wrong with it. I feel all kinds of negative energy around it. And I came on very strong about it.
Now, he then called our producer, Cathy Chermol, and left a message on her answering machine. And this is the message he left after he talked to Sylvia.
Terry, it's, I guess 8:30 your time. I just wanted to tell you that the apartment that Eric Clapton's kid fell out of the window, I don't know if you heard he was killed, was the apartment that Billy, and I have been looking at forever that he just lost today that someone else bought. So Billy calls and says, maybe your psychic's right after all, because your psychic said there were major problems with that apartment. So for what it's worth, he's a big believer, again, in your psychic. Can you believe that? Anyway, I thought you'd want to know. And
isn't that something? So you didn't know it was Eric Clapton's apartment, but
No.
you said there was something negative, something...
Something bad was going to happen. I said, I just don't feel good about it.
This
the
happened
next
like 2
day-
days, next day or 2 days later.
Yeah.
The little boy,
I
as
think
you
this
know,
brings-
for those of you who may not know,
It
Eric
fell out of the
Clapton had a little
window.
4-year-old boy, and his mother and the maid was home.
It was
the maid had
horrible.
opened up these large
And he
French
jumped out of it.
windows, and the little kid ran thinking he was going to push his hands on the glass and went out 52
Yes,
floors
sad.
to his death, which was just tragic.
Well, let's maybe talk about some happier things when we come back from this commercial break.
Okay.
Be right back. Stay tuned.
Tomorrow at 3, falsely accused of rape.
Well, we're back, and you can. It's actually on your TV screen, which is great. Every time you come on, though, Sylvia, something funny happens with the electricity. We don't know why. Do you?
No, I don't know either. Every station that I'm on, from Seattle to a light blows out or something. I don't know what it is. It could be energy or
Kinetic
anything.
energy, huh?
Let's ask you about some people here. We know that Maury Povich and Connie Chung are attempting to have a child. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I don't think they will. I want them to. I would love them to, but I don't think they will.
You don't see that, huh? Demi Moore and Bruce Willis are expecting their second child. First one was a girl, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the second one's a girl, too.
Oh, really? Do you think they're actually going to have the 6 kids they say they want to
I
have?
think so.
So you think it's a good marriage?
No.
Ah.
People who have children. I had a lot of kids. I didn't have a good marriage. A lot of people. That doesn't necessitate the fact that it's a good marriage. I think that, let me preface it by saying that I think it's a good marriage for now. And I think in this life, that's all we have is now. But in the long term, no.
Yeah.
Now, Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold. From what we understand, they're going to attempt artificial insemination.
She has a line that she can't use.
I can't, but a bubble. Do you know the bubble that you never say, this bubble that appears, is even God is saying, woo! No. I can't think of anything worse.
Yeah. That's not a marriage made in heaven either, huh?
Oh, there's such a place as hell.
That's where it is. How about Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? They're cute.
They're cute, and I think that they're fun for each other, and I think they're going to make it. And I'll tell you why, because she's a real strong woman. And I think he needs a strong woman, and I think that's why it's going to be good, because she's got the strength, because he's got that sort of charming little boy way about him. He really does, and I think she's good for him, and I think she'll whip him into line.
Kiefer Sutherland and Julia Roberts.
Yeah, well, he can't quit philandering. And she is kind of broken about this. Now, see,
Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
Ah.
See, and this is something that I have to separate myself psychically from, because I do know about this. But I don't think it's going to last. I really don't. I think he's going to do one too many philanderings, and she's going to say,
Why would he philander on someone like her?
I don't know. Isn't she gorgeous?
She really is.
Stupid. He's just stupid.
Well, it's probably an ego trip. Brenna.
What's Jane Pauley going to do after her real-life series?
I think Jane Pauley is going to get on something that has to do, like, you know, an Entertainment Tonight or something like that. I think she's going to get real glitzy into that. Good for her. I want her to go all the way. I like her a lot. I think she's a wonderful, spunky woman.
Just going along with that, how about the new lady that's on the Today Show? Do you think she's going to stay, or do you think she's going to go the way of Deborah Norville?
I think that that is a cursed position for women. I really do. I think, look down the line. There's just certain positions that are just almost, I don't mean curse in this sense, it's cursed, but you know what I'm saying. No, I don't think it's going to last. I think we're going to see 3 or 4 or 5 more.
Jane Fonda and Turner.
Oh, yeah, Turner. They're going to tie the knot.
Oh, yeah, great.
But what's going to happen? Is this thing going to last?
Yeah, I think they both had enough road scars on them that they're going to be able to make it together. I really do.
Road scars, I love that. I wonder if you can see them. Well, let's just talk about the lady that's opposite us at 3 o'clock. Oprah, is she ever going to tie the knot with Stedman?
If she does, it'll be very short-lived. It's one of those hate-love relationships. She gets thin, he doesn't like it. She gets fat, he doesn't like it. She does this, he doesn't like it. I would have told him, walk.
So in other words,
I wonder
do you get the feeling that Oprah would like to get married?
Oh, yeah,
and he doesn't want to?
Absolutely. She took him on that marvelous, you know, cruise and wined and dining.
I wonder if he parasailed.
Yeah, you know, and he said, eh. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Jackie.
I just wondered, with Michael Landon, I'm so sad to learn about him.
Isn't that the worst?
Is there any chance that he can overcome the odds?
Of course. I always believe in miracles, and I believe that's between God and the person, always, because I've seen marvelous miracles happen. I don't think he's going to beat this one.
It's a pretty deadly combination, isn't it?
I was sick to death when I heard about it. Sick to death about it.
Yeah.
Jan.
Does football count? The 49ers have had some major changes. Are they going to come back and maybe do the Super Bowl again?
What I know about football, you could put in your eyelash. I'll just have to tell you right off the top of my head, yes, I think they will. I think they are going to come back.
Good. We love that. Yes.
Yeah.
They seem to do it, you know, like they skip, and they do it every other time or something.
What do you predict for Sylvester Stallone?
Sylvester Stallone, who's almost faced bankruptcy, is coming back. He really is. He's coming back.
I wasn't aware that he had...
Oh, you weren't? Oh, no. His pictures have lost a lot of money, and he's just about on... But God love him, and God love his mother, even though she's sort of eccentric. Jackie, I love it. It would be what one of my sons would say. When I was talking to her once, and then Sylvester said, they asked him about his mother. He said, I don't know what to say about my mother, but I'm sure if my son was sitting here, you ask him about his mother, he'd say, I don't know what to tell you about it. So...
Yes, Bob.
Yeah, what about Jose Canseco and his wife? They were getting a divorce, and then all of a sudden they got back together?
Yeah, I think they'll get back together. I think they are getting back together.
And everything is fine?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask about Sally Field? I know she had a near-death experience a while ago. That
You mean the plane crash?
She said she's been having a hard time getting over, and she can't or something?
So did Lindsay Wagner, by the way. A lot of them in Hollywood have. Well, because she really found herself in the tunnel. And
you mean, when you talk about the tunnel, you mean seeing the light and the people and
see people that are not of, and it's really true. And I don't mean to knock L.A., but up here we're far more spiritual. We're far more into the tunnel and where we're going to go on the other side. And L.A. is just now coming upon this. So when she saw the tunnel and somebody waving at her, she said, ooh! But if we saw the tunnel, we just go, so we know about it. Yeah, it scared her to death. She'll come around to it, though.
Do we have a choice in the tunnel?
Sure we do.
Do we?
I did. I died at 42, literally died.
How?
Was that your divorce, or did you die?
No, I was literally on the table. I mean,
we laugh. Now, we laugh a little because we always
Yeah.
laugh about
Yeah.
that divorce.
But divorce is like a death.
Yes, it is.
And do you know that when I did a grief counseling, Ross, I had more people in there that were divorcing than actual dead spouses. I mean, you know, death. What was the question you asked me again now?
You said you died.
Oh, I died at 42.
42.
And
Were you in a
I
plane
went
crash?
flat line, and I remember the line going flat. And you know, it's one thing because I've done death and dying counseling for 30 years at that time. And by God, and here's the interesting part about it that you never know, is that the tunnel absolutely was forming out of my own essence. In other words, a tunnel didn't come towards me. A tunnel shot out from me. And this light shot out from me to make the tunnel. And see, I even get chills thinking about it now. And I was going real fast. And I remember saying to the doctor, because he was nudging me, and everything started going, and the line started going boop, boop, boop. And then, and he said, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I thought, how rude. And I said, "I think I'm die," and that's all I got. And I was whisked through the tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel was my grandmother, who died about 35 years ago. And as much as I love my family, here's the strange thing, as much as I love my family and people around me, it didn't matter, do you know what I'm saying? And I was pulled back, though, real fast.
We'll be back with more in a moment. Joyce, I'll get to your question in just a moment. How did you die when you went in through the tunnel? Why did you die in the first place?
I was having a hysterectomy, and apparently I was allergic to the anesthesia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was wondering, how old were you when you first had your first psychic experience?
3.
Yes, Darlene.
Yes, I have a friend who passed away about a month ago, and I've had a couple of dreams about him, and then I felt that he's been around trying to give me some sort of message to give to his father, and I was wondering if he is around or if he's gone on.
Wasn't this a fairly quick death?
Yes.
Wasn't this a trauma to the chest and head?
Yes.
Didn't he have sort of a lean face?
Yeah.
And sort of tipped ears a little bit? He's around you right now.
Well, am I supposed to be telling his father
What
something?
do you mean right now? Is he? Do you mean he's?
I can see him.
You can see. Is he here in the audience? I mean,
Sure, they're just as real to me as real people.
So am I supposed to be getting some message from him, or is he just hanging around?
Listen, you have to relay this to the, I don't know what this means, but then it's none of my business to know what it means. Tell him that he's sorry about the harsh words that had happened about 2 weeks prior to that, and he's very sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay?
do you understand what that means?
Yeah, I think so. You do. Can I ask a personal question?
Well, in a minute. We'll keep going.
You've got a special coming up. Where? Here on CBS?
CBS special called Real Ghosts, and it's going to be doing during sweeps sometime.
That's the rating book. So in May, you're going to have this.
May,
yeah.
CBS special. It's called Real Ghosts. I also did the West Coast consulting with Sally Kirkland on The Haunted. You know, the girl that was the Janet Smurl. She really should win an Emmy for this. It's marvelous. And then I just did an interview for Us Magazine.
So you're not going Hollywood on us, are you?
Never.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yes, hello, Sylvia. I'm having a difficult time with my landlord right now. It's involved in a lawsuit at this point. I wonder if you could tell me where I'm going to be living, or if I'm going to stay where I'm at, how that'll resolve.
Is this a man and a woman both involved in this mess?
No, it's just a man.
But there's a woman that seems to be prodding him. Now, is he an older man? Is he kind of bent?
Kind of bent?
Bent.
Yeah.
I mean physically bent.
Osteoporosis. Osteoporosis bent.
I'm trying to give you a physical description. He has, listen to me, he makes a habit of this.
I know.
No, I'm serious. If it wasn't you, it would be me or Ann or anybody else in the audience that he would have. Usually I say stand and fight, but it's not worth it.
Right.
It's not worth it. I mean, this is again one of those negative things that you just say
It's
goodbye.
a waste of my energy.
God bless him. Say God bless you and go.
Jennifer.
Hi, I've been seeing a guy for a couple of years now, and I'm wondering, should I get rid of him or should I stick around? I love him a lot.
I know you do. And he's such a child, though. He's such a baby-fied user-taker child. But even with all of that, I think
You're just trashing the guy here on television. He doesn't even have a chance to defend himself.
But even with all that, he's got a lot of charisma. And I think that he's going to grow up. I really do. I think that's why you're going to stay with him and other people are going to say, what's wrong with you? But I understand why you are.
Do you think we have a future together?
Absolutely. Because God only knows you worked with it long enough.
And also, can you tell if I'm capable of having children?
Yes. I don't know where the twins are coming from, but you could have.
Oh my God!
Let me help you sit down. Here, let me help you. Just take my hand. Yeah. She came from getting rid of her boyfriend to having twins.
That's not bad. Maxine?
I'm thinking about starting a business, and I was wondering if it would be successful.
Yeah, but it looks like you're going to do something in a business that has to do with baby stuff or something, too.
Well, I crochet and do all kinds of baby stuff, but that's not business.
But I think you're going to put that into a business.
Oh.
You know, little booties and little things and little jackets and, yeah.
See, take your talents.
Okay.
Good, Maxine. Yeah, we got to take a commercial break. We will be back with more of Psychic Sylvia Browne after this. Stephen.
I have a question for you. I'm getting engaged. I was wondering if it's going to work out.
Now, you just told me you had 2 girlfriends over here.
Well, not 2.
Which one is the darker-haired, round-faced?
That's Lana.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, is your decision made?
We're having a bunch of arguments, and I was wondering if it's still going to work out.
Oh, yeah. But there's a lot of family intervention there in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't, you know, they want us to go out more, and I can't because I'm on disability, and
I know.
they don't give me much money.
Yeah.
Well, hang in there, Stephen. At least you have somebody. That's pretty nice.
That's right.
Take a hold of Lana and give her a big squeeze. And go back and sit down. There we go.
Hi.
You're such a sensitive woman. I love that about you. All right. Yeah.
I have 4 wonderful children and a wonderful husband who has been out of work for 3 months. I was wondering how soon we can consider him to have employment and if we're going to stay in California.
You will stay in California for at least the next 2 or 3 years, then you're going to go to Oregon. But he's going to get something in merchandising and purchasing for some reason. Yeah, he gets it in the next month and a half.
Juanita.
Hi, Sylvia. I've been having a lot of problem with my hands, different operations.
This is the same cast that I had. Yeah.
I hope you didn't have 5
What are you 2 sharing the cast?
No, I cut my tendon. And since then, my health been just terrible. Do I have anything serious wrong?
No, but I would, of course, I always say go to your doctor, but I think this trauma of cutting the tendon was more severe on your psyche than you realized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, we're not going to get into a big thing about this, but I think it also goes back to a life in which you lost an arm and a hand. And I think that recall has been really tough on you.
Because you know what I found out when I had my bad hand, Juanita? You have tendons to spare.
Yeah.
So
and
you cut one, the other ones will take over.
Yeah, they'll reconnect. They absolutely
jump up and
will.
down. You're going to be okay.
Deborah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to think of something specific, but is there anything that you can pick up on me as far as that you can see, as far as with my children, with my husband, health, career, that...
We're going to do a whole reading here.
Just pick one area where you may.
Yeah, but the most important thing is it looks like you're going to move.
I'm going to move?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Yes, Sylvia.
Brown?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you a question. Our son has been missing for 9 years.
Your son has been missing for 9 years?
Yes. And although we found the car, we've never found his body. Is there anything you can tell me?
Was this a dark-colored car?
No.
Because it looks like there's has something to do with a dark-colored car, like a tan Chevy.
No.
Well, now, wait a minute, because when I work with the police department, we have to tie everything in. This is going to be such a long process. Why don't you call me at the office later? Because I think that I think this has been a kidnapping thing.
Okay, can you tell me if he's dead or alive?
I think he's still alive.
Do you have any area that he might be located in?
Canada.
Why don't you give Sylvia a call at the Nirvana Foundation?
Yeah, because then I can work.
We sure will.
Just
Just
hold
hang on the line,
yeah.
and we'll get that number to you, and we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Coming up this week at actress Ally McGraw.
Sue, go ahead.
Hi, Sylvia. Last year you did a reading for me, and at that time you saw me moving up in my career. Do you still see that?
Yes, absolutely, and right away.
Right away? Does that mean?
Yeah, manager, organizer, everything.
Did you feel that you've moved up since she made the prediction?
Not really. Not
You
yet.
will, within this month.
And is there anybody else in my life besides John? I mean, that would be romantic?
Not at this point, no.
All right, thanks.
Okay, I'm going to take a phone call. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, Sylvia.
Yes.
I'm getting married on Saturday, and a lot of my friends are telling me this is like a huge mistake to marry this man. And I want to know if it is going to be a mistake and if there are children in the future.
You know that not psychic, but an age-old thing that they always say, if you have to ask somebody, there's something wrong. But in your case, no, I think it is right. I think that friends, God love them, can be the worst advice-giving people in the world because they want the best for you. And they only see one side of it. But I think he's fine. I think he's a good person.
Thank you, caller. Margaret.
Hi, Sylvia. I lost my daughter was tragically killed about 5.5 years ago, and I miss her very much. And
Yes.
I wanted to know if she suffered very much at the end, and how is she now?
No, in fact, truly, and I would tell you the truth, she really didn't know what hit her. And
You want to explain, Margaret?
Yes. She was killed by a hit-and-run drunk driver.
She didn't even know.
We were told that, but
I know,
not
but you
being
always
there-
worry, yes.
Right.
She went right away, what we say didn't hang around, isn't earthbound, went right away through the tunnel. Now, who is Anne?
Do you know who Anne is?
Well, I know. Just a friend of hers or a friend of
somebody
my
that
mother's?
she seems to be concerned about. Somebody by the name of Anne.
Oh, I can't think of it.
Well, you know what? Think about it, Margaret. We'll come back.
But anyway, yes, she's all right. But I think about who this Anne is because she seems to be concerned about it.
Sylvia, I've just been laid off, and I was wondering what my job search would be if you have any encouraging words.
Marketing, and you get something right away. In fact, I would be very surprised if you didn't hear by the end of the week.
Thank you very much.
Are you into marketing?
Not yet.
Luann.
Hi, Sylvia. I've had kind of a up and
Where are we?
down. Over here. This past year's kind of been up and down relationship-wise. Do you know if I'm going to meet the man of my dreams and when?
Yeah,
and
a
who?
real dark, curly-haired, brown-eyed, about 5'11".
Right?
No, it's no one you know now.
It's not Jim, huh?
No.
Well, that's something to look forward to, though. But you wanted it to be Jim, huh?
I did.
I know you did. But see, I can't always, I have to tell you the truth. I mean, you know, it's not always what you want. But this dark, curly-haired guy is absolutely marvelous. He's everything you'd want in a person.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, we were sad with that, though.
Hi, Sylvia. I'm just going through a divorce, and I would just like to know how it's going to come out and what you see in the future.
It really is the best thing you've ever done. And it looks like it's been almost 3 years behind itself. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
Is that true?
dragging.
Yes, it is.
And sometimes we just make the decision, but it really is. But you're really, and I'm going to tell you something, you're really in for a tough ride for the next 3 or 4 months because he's going to really...
He's have a mental problem.
Oh, he's schizophrenic.
Yes. And do you see anything in the future for me?
Oh, yeah, in about 2.5 years you find somebody.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Sylvia. I just want to ask 2 things. One thing, did you get the note from my sister?
Oh, yes, about the grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. 93, right? Grandmother's 93. God could live another 2, 3, 4 more years.
Are you serious?
I'm
That's
serious.
great news.
Yeah, she doesn't have any intention of going.
Now, I want to get a shot of her as she walks away. It's the greatest ponytail you've ever seen. Okay, thank. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait.
Yes.
Last time we met, I just wanted you to elaborate of a scholarship back east. I was wondering if you know of which college.
I don't know which one it is back east, but it's one of those Ivy League colleges.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
good. Watch her walk away now. That's a great ponytail.
Is
1,
that a great-
2, 3, 4. Great ponytail.
We got to take commercial break? Huh? Huh? Okay, I felt it. I knew.
You sensed it.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yes. Yes, Sue.
Yes, Sylvia, I've been unemployed for a couple of months, and I've been looking very hard. Is anything going to break, or...?
Yeah, going into business with another woman, short, dark-haired woman that's going to really, really put you up on top.
Oh,
really
good.
is.
Thank you.
Hi, I was wondering what my career and relationship looks like.
Career is flat, relationship with a light-haired, blue-eyed male. It's really, really going to...
Yeah, right here.
It's really going to go...
Well, this is Paul. Paul, you might as well check out right now. We're not talking light.
Light-haired, blue-eyed male that's going to come into your life.
And die?
Pardon me?
She said contacts and die. Yeah. All right.
Mary.
Yes, I'd like to know what direction I should take in my career.
There's something that you're going to be doing with seminar work. You're going to be up in front of people, talking to people. You're also an organizer and manager person, too, but you're going to be really up there, you know, like a group of people where you're talking to them.
Okay, great, thank you.
All right.
Hi, Sylvia. It's been a rough year and a half. Work.
2 years.
Health. Didn't know this was going to happen. I'd love to move to the country and grow something and make a living.
And you will, but it's going to take you about 9-10 months before you get everything wound up.
That's okay if it'll happen then.
It's almost, you remind me of somebody that's just had a steamroller go over them, though. I mean, that's how you feel. Yeah, and sometimes I think we need to go to the country when that happens.
Pamela.
Hi, Sylvia. I'm involved with someone who works for the government. Where do you see us living, and what sort of a career path do you see me taking?
Not just because they work for the government, but I see a really high-powered political structure coming about, and then moving up to the Baltimore area, not into Washington, D.C., but around the Baltimore area.
Will I be happy?
Oh, yeah, you've always had the ability. You have a marvelous ability to make, you know, if somebody gave you mud pies, you'd figure out something to do with them. I mean, you've always been an incurable optimist about things, so of course you'll be happy.
Good. Ooh, there's that.
Hi, Sylvia. 2 quick questions about my daughter. Real quick. One is what you see in store for her romantically, and next year when she gets ready to graduate college, a career, what kind of future?
I think she's going to go into some very high-powered reporting. I'm surprised she's not into law because she's such a justice person, but a lot of reporting that she's going into. And the romantic kind of drags behind, but that's all right because the career pushes forward first.
Yes, Nicole.
Hi, I'm in a new relationship with somebody. I was wondering what direction you see it going.
Great. But you realize that you have to live through a problem that he had with a female before you that hurt him very bad?
Not really.
Well, be aware of that. But yes, it works itself out.
Yeah, I'd like to know what's in the future for the Prince and Princess of Wales. Been reading a lot about them, that they're having problems.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Prince Charles and Di.
Di.
Are they going to be together?
That's a strange situation, and I think that what you're going to find is that they're going to live very separately. I don't think they're going to get divorced. But most of the royalty, even Elizabeth and what's his name, Philip or whatever, they don't get along well either. What they do is they eventually get old enough that they just learn to deal with it.
It's very civil.
Yes, they make it very civil. And
I'm curious, how did we happen to have pictures of, because we don't know what the questions are going to be, of Princess Di and Charles up there on the screen.
Do we have a crack staff or what?
Well, Sylvia will be appearing Saturday, July 13th, at the, July 13th, right? Right.
Well, I won't probably be back, you know.
Oh, all right. We'll be July 13th at the Palace of Fine Arts right here in San Francisco. For information on the tickets, give us a call, or give this number a call, 1-800-966-4600. You look wonderful. 70 pounds.
And watch for your CBS special in May.
Yes, and also Sally's The Haunted.
A nice hand for Sylvia Browne. And I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Well, he was falsely accused of raping a woman, but even after his name was cleared in court, his life was ruined forever. Tomorrow at 3, you're going to find out how some people survive being mistaken for murderers and rapists, and how other people lose their lives in the process. That's tomorrow on People Are Talking.
Dr. Nancy Snyderman is in the Eyewitness Newsroom. Doctor.
Thanks, Ann and Ross. Here's what's coming up today at 5. Where is the best place to live in the Bay Area? Well, it's located right next to one of the worst places. We'll tell you what it's all about at 5. San Francisco wants to ban cigarette vending machines except in bars. We'll have the latest on that proposal. Plus, I'll look at some of the health problems we see in young people who smoke. Those stories and more at 5 o'clock.
Thank you very much.
Hey, we got Buster with us. Buster is a 2-year-old neutered male retriever mix. He's from the MARIN Humane Society. He's had some obedience training. He's a nice dog, got a real sweet face. Look at him.
Sweet face?
Buster would like to have a new home. So if you're interested in Buster, give him a call, MARIN Humane Society, at 883-4621.
We have some great shows coming out. We'd love for you to come down and be part of our live studio audience. Shows like when you're going to meet a family in a little while where the mother is a madam and the daddy is a pimp. Oh, my heavens.
We got Allie McGraw coming up. We got Joan Rivers coming up. And we hope we got you coming up to see our show at 478 KPIX. The tickets are absolutely free. And then if you come here, when you leave, you get a free cup.
We don't show it to you, but it's fabulous.
Excited.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow at 3. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ann's Clothes, provided and coordinated by the personal shopping offices of Neiman Marcus, Union Square. Ross's Clothes by Jay Briggs of San Francisco. The People Are Talking audience has enjoyed pastries by Just Desserts.